sticky issue on self-control. This is something I don't think a lot of pastors and church leaders, or even just people in general, talk about. But, well, we're going to talk about it. I want to talk about, first and foremost, gluttony, and then I'm going to talk about impulses and healthy living or healthy lifestyle. Then I'll talk about, impulse expenses, right? And the biggest one is books and book hoarding. I notice a lot of people don't really like talking about gluttony because a lot of people are guilty about it. In fact, I noticed, especially in Christian churches, right? A lot of Christian churches and leaders even joke about stuff like, ooh, I want to eat this, or ooh, I want to eat that. Oh, the humba, oh, the chicken. Ooh, and it's always the unhealthy stuff. And many elders and church leaders, they know that they are unhealthy. They know that their, blood pressure is high, their cholesterol is high, their sugar levels are high, but they don't really care much, and they just joke about it. What's even more ironic is when I see, like, for example, there's someone who's this person's very, very unhealthy. He's maybe having a problem with his sugar levels or his cholesterol or his blood pressure, and then you see humba, or you see high cholesterol food on the table, and the prayer is, may this meal nourish us. Oh Lord, may you make this meal give us nutrition and health. I'm like, what? It's like saying you want to go to a bar for girls and say, oh Lord, may this kind of entertainment be spiritually nourishing to my soul. Well, we know it's not gonna be, right? Now, what is gluttony? I don't think gluttony is overeating, not necessarily, or not the way we kind of see it. It's not like mukbang, gluttony isn't really so much overeating as it is eating too much of what you know is not good for you. And I thought about this because I watched this mukbanger eat a lot of Filipino stuff like Jollibee, and at first I was very much entertained, and then I got convicted, and I was like, this person's eating stuff that's really probably not healthy for him. And so gluttony is not eating too much of something or too much food, but it's eating too much of a specific food that you know is not good for you. So if you're alcoholic and you're drinking alcohol, that is a form of gluttony and alcoholism. If you know that you've got a problem with your sugar levels and you're eating cake, that's gluttony for you. Another person might not be gluttonous, but you are, because you've got a sugar problem. If you know that you've got bad cholesterol and you're eating sisig and all this oily pork foods, you're committing gluttony when others are not, right? This is very much connected, actually, to another issue on money. And I talked about money. I talked about money in another episode, but in terms of your spending, and if you have impulse spending, all right, it's still you're being a shopaholic still, because the issue of gluttony and the issue of shopping and impulse expenses is not really the amount of food that you eat. It's not the amount of money that you spend. Rather, you're eating to feel better. You're spending to feel better, even if you know you're not supposed to. That's what gluttony is. That's what impulse spending is all about, really. It's doing these things to make you feel better, even if you know you're not supposed to do them. And that's really sin in general, right? So, one big example, so it can go from, you're going to National Bookstore and you see an eraser, you see a ball pen. You've got ball pens at home, you don't need more ball pens, but you just want to feel better. You just want to buy it for the sake of buying it because it's a habit. That's impulse spending. It's not good for you, and it's probably sin. One big example of this is actually buying books. And I'm using this example because I'm guilty of this, and I have learned to stop it. I haven't bought a single book in several months because there are still so many books in my house that I have not read, and I still have to read them. And here's what happens. People think, especially theologians and doctrinally inclined people, they buy books and buy books and buy books, even if they have so many other books they have not read yet. Why? Do you need the book? No, not really. They're just buying it so they feel good about themselves. They feel smarter. They feel that their book collection is getting bigger. So it's all about emotionalism over self-control. And that's really the issue here. When it comes to gluttony, impulse expenses with, eating sugar or buying more books or erasers or ball pens or notebooks or whatever, the issue is the fruit of the Spirit called self-control. And we gotta learn how to do self-control, because if we don't have that, if you can spend on small things, you're gonna end up spending on bigger things, and you're gonna end up justifying them because you felt like it, right? And that is dangerous. So I hope this kind of gives you kind of like a warning sign in your mind. Whenever you feel like you want to eat some more, ask yourself, are you a good steward of your health? Are you exercising? Are you having a good diet? If you're about to spend, are you being a good steward of your finances? So it can go from your health to your wallet to every other area of your life. Are you doing impulse purchases, impulse eating, gluttonous eating, apathetic or idolatrous spending because you just want to feel good? Be very careful. I hope this helped. God bless you guys.